On Christmas morning, my daughter looked up at me and asked, "Did Santa skip me?" My sister chuckled and said, "Santa only brings presents for real family." Everyone thought it was hilarious. I didn't. I pulled out my phone, made one move, and when they opened their phones, they started screaming. I'll never forget the look on Lily's face that Christmas morning. She was sitting on the floor in her reindeer pajamas, hands folded in her lap, just quietly watching as the rest of the kids ripped through their gifts with squeals and laughter. My niece got a bike. My nephew was holding a new Nintendo Switch. Wrapping paper was flying everywhere. But there was nothing for Lily. She didn't cry. She didn't throw a fit. He just watched. I saw her eyes move from cousin to cousin, from the pile of gifts under the tree to the empty spot in front of her. And then she looked at me and asked it like she was trying not to make it a big deal. Did Santa forget me? I didn't know what to say. My brain kind of short-circuited. And then Amanda laughed loud, exaggerated, and fake like she wanted everyone in the room to hear her. She waved her hand and said it like she was making a joke. Santa only brings presents for real family. I blinked. At first, I thought I misheard her, but then I saw my mom smile. My dad chuckled. Amanda's husband actually high-fived my brother-in-law like it was some kind of punchline. I looked at all of them. No one seemed shocked. No one said a word to stop her. They were in on it. That's when it clicked. This wasn't some oversight. This wasn't a mistake. Amanda had planned it. She had actually convinced my parents not to include Lily in the gift exchange. Not one present. Not a stocking. Not even a candy cane with her name on it, because Lily is adopted. She joined our family 3 years ago. I adopted her alone. No partner, no fanfare. She was 5 when I brought her home. And ever since then, Amanda's been joking that she's not a real cousin, not real blood, not family. I always brushed it off. I kept the peace. I told myself Amanda was just bitter or jealous or stuck in her own miserable bubble. But this was something else. This was cruel. I stood up, walked into the hallway, pulled out my phone, and opened the airline app. No drama, no raised voices, just a couple taps, 6 tickets. Canceled resort in Florida. Oceanfront rooms, family-friendly activities, meals included. A trip I paid for because no one else could afford it, but everyone still expected it. Gone. I walked back into the room and sat beside Lily. I asked her if she wanted to go get hot chocolate. She nodded, so we left quietly. No one even noticed we were gone, but later that night, they did. The notifications started coming in around 7:30. First from my dad, then Amanda, then her husband. At first, it was just confusion. Did something happen to the flight? Is the reservation still under your name? Can you check? By 8 o'clock, it was full-blown panic. The resort was sold out. No backups, no rebooking, no refunds. Everyone had taken time off work. They had been counting down for months. And now, just like that, it was off. Amanda sent me a voice message. She sounded pissed. She asked what happened and demanded I fix it. I didn't reply. I just sent a message back. Santa only brings trips for real family. And I put my phone down. The next morning, I woke up to 37 notifications. Missed calls, texts, voicemails, a few unhinged paragraphs from Amanda, and just to make things even more pathetic, a Facebook message from my mom with a frowny face emoji. I didn't open any of it. Lily woke up asking if Santa might have accidentally left her presents at our house instead. I told her maybe he just got a little turned around this year, but that we'd sort it out together. I took her to her favorite little diner on the corner, just the 2 of us, and we got chocolate chip pancakes and peppermint hot chocolate with extra whipped cream. She smiled. That was enough for me. When we got home, we had a quiet day. We painted. I gave her the big art set I had hidden away. The one I'd originally planned to give her that night after dinner, just the 2 of us. I didn't want her to feel left out earlier in the morning, so I waited. And now, honestly, it was better this way. While we mixed paint and listened to Christmas songs, my phone kept vibrating on the kitchen counter. The family group chat was blowing up. At some point, my mom sent a voice message. I played it on speaker. She actually said, "Ashley, I hope you're proud of yourself. You ruined Christmas. Amanda's kids are devastated. Your father and I don't even know what to say to them." I wanted to throw the phone across the room. Not one word about Lily. Not a single mention of what they did to her. They were acting like they were the victims because the trip was canceled. At this point, none of them realized it had been me. They thought something went wrong with the airline. Amanda texted me a screenshot showing the cancellation notice. She asked if I'd been hacked. Said I needed to call and straighten it out. Then she tagged me in an Instagram story. It was a photo of her kids holding their new gifts with the caption, "Some of us still know what family means." I didn't reply. I just took Lily outside, and we went sledding until it got dark. It wasn't until 2 days later that Amanda finally called me directly. I picked up because I wanted her to hear me. She started in immediately. The kids were crying. The resort wouldn't take them back. Everything was sold out for New Year's, and they'd all taken time off. She said they'd been planning this for months, that I owed it to everyone to fix the mistake. I told her it wasn't a mistake, canceled the trip on purpose. There was this weird silence, and then she asked what the hell I was talking about, so I laid it out for her. She humiliated my daughter in front of the whole family. She made my daughter feel like she didn't belong. Then she laughed. Everyone else followed along. Not one of them thought they'd face consequences. They assumed they'd still take the vacation I paid for, enjoy the beach, sip drinks by the pool, while my daughter sat there thinking she didn't even deserve a stocking. Amanda told me I was being dramatic, that it was just a joke, that Lily wouldn't even remember it in a few years. Good, I said. Then she can forget all about you. I hung up. That night, I blocked Amanda, my parents, and my brother-in-law from everything. The family chat, the airline account, even the resort portal. I deleted their traveler profiles and changed my password. The charges were non-refundable, but it didn't matter. It was worth every penny. Lily and I stayed up late building her new Lego set. She told me she liked that it was just the two of us this year. That's when I realized I wasn't going on that trip. Not now. Not ever. If they wanted to act like we weren't family, fine. That door was already closed. They had no idea what was coming next. New Year's came and went like we didn't exist. No calls, no Happy New Year, no photos, no messages. My parents didn't check in. Amanda stayed silent. Total radio silence, which would have been fine if I didn't already know what it meant. They were trying to punish me. In their minds, I ruined everything. The trip, the holidays, the control they thought they had. That's what really bothered them, losing power. For once, they were the ones left out. I expected the silence. What I didn't expect was what happened next. January 3rd, the day they were supposed to fly out. I woke up, made breakfast for Lily, and went to take out the trash. That's when I saw it. My car looked off. I walked closer and froze. All 4 tires had been slashed, not punctured, but cleanly cut. Someone wanted to make a point. For a second, I tried to convince myself it was something else, some weird accident. But then I saw the footprints in the snow circling the car and heading back to the street. Someone had parked, done it, and driven off. 10 minutes later, my neighbor Tim came over. He said he'd seen a dark SUV parked outside around 4 a.m. with the lights off. He couldn't see who was inside, but he was sure it looked like Amanda's husband's car. That's when it stopped feeling like a prank and became something else entirely. And if I needed more proof, it showed up at 9:14 a.m. A text from a random number. Maybe next time you won't screw over your own family. No name. Didn't need one that they couldn't get on their flights. They couldn't take the vacation. And since I dared to take that away after they ruined Christmas for Lily, they wanted revenge. I sat at the kitchen table with my phone in one hand and the police non-emergency number in the other. I hesitated, hearing my mother's voice in my head. It was just a joke, Ashley. Don't be so serious. But this wasn't a joke. It was targeted, malicious, intentional. So I made the call. The officer took everything seriously. I showed him the tires, the footprints, the text. Tim gave his statement about the SUV. I told them plainly, I believe my sister was behind it. I explained the Christmas stunt, the fallout, the canceled trip, all of it. When they asked if I had evidence linking her to the phone, I told them, talk to her. They did. Amanda tried to act calm. Said I was overreacting. Claimed she'd been asleep. Said her husband was home all night. But Amanda isn't smart. She's smug. And smug people slip up. Turns out the prepaid phone used to send the text was bought with a debit card. Her debit card. Police pulled the records. Bought at a gas station 2 towns over. Surveillance footage showed her at the register that same night. They brought her in again. This time, she wasn't laughing. She was charged with misdemeanor property damage and harassment. Her husband wasn't charged, but his name is now in a report. Amanda ended up with community service, court fees, and a very uncomfortable day at the courthouse where her attitude finally stopped working. That night, my mom left me a voicemail. I still have it. She sounded half panicked, half scolding. Said she couldn't believe I'd get my own sister in trouble. Called it a prank gone wrong. Said I was tearing the family apart, that I listened to it while Lily slept on the couch next to me. My mom didn't mention Lily once. Not one time. She wasn't sorry. None of them were. That's when it hit me. I didn't break this family. I just stopped pretending it wasn't already broken. They were the ones who cut me out. Emotionally first. Now literally. So I made a decision that no more explanations, no more being the bigger person, no more free vacations, no more quiet forgiveness, no more paying for their mistakes. If they wanted to cross the line, they could learn what it felt like when someone finally drew one dot, and I wasn't done. 2 days after Amanda got charged, my parents showed up at my door. No warning. No can we talk. They just pulled into my driveway like nothing had happened. My mom held a tin of cookies like that was supposed to magically reset everything. Lily saw them before I could say no and waved from the window that I opened the door even though I didn't want to. They weren't there to apologize. The first thing my mom said was, "Let's not drag this out. It's family." She never mentioned Lily or how my daughter sat in silence on Christmas while everyone else opened gifts. She didn't ask how I was after Amanda had my tires slashed. Instead, she went straight to defending Amanda, saying she was going through a rough time and that calling the cops made things worse. When I asked if she thought Amanda was wrong, she avoided the question. My dad didn't say a word. Then my mom asked what she really came for. "You're not going to stop helping with the house, right?" I'd been paying their utilities for over 2 years, internet, trash, electric, gas, even property taxes once. I told her, "It's already done." She didn't get it, so I explained. I canceled everything. No more automatic payments. No more bills covered. They went silent and left. The next day, I got a call from the resort. Someone pretending to be me tried to reinstate the canceled reservation and switch it to Amanda's name. The card didn't go through. I told the resort to freeze everything and sent them the police report. Amanda had tried to steal the vacation. After that, she went quiet. Meanwhile, Lily sat beside me and asked if we were still going on vacation. I told her yes, just the two of us this time. Ocean view and pancakes at night. She smiled so big I couldn't help but promise her everything would be different now. By mid-January, my parents went silent, too. Not peace, just absence. Their services slowly got shut off. Gas, internet, everything I used to pay. My Aunt Diane told me they were scrambling. Then Amanda tried showing up at the resort in person with printouts of my old itinerary. They blacklisted her. Security had to escort her out. While Lily and I were packing sunscreen, they were begging hotel staff in a lobby. And honestly, I didn't feel angry anymore. Just done. Our trip was perfect. Warm weather, ocean balcony, lazy river, pancakes every morning. Lily laughed more than she had in months. Every night we sat outside watching the sun go down. Back home, everything kept falling apart for them. Penalties on property taxes, power almost shut off, Amanda's husband moving out. Diane told my mom, "You pushed her out. This is on you." But Lily, she was thriving. On our last night, she said, "Maybe we can bring Aunt Diane next time. She's not fake." And she was right. In losing most of my family, I found the honest part left. When we got home, I cleaned up the last of the accounts and felt, for the first time, free. No one reached out, and I didn't expect them to. Their version of family was conditional. Mine isn't. A few weeks later, the school called. Lily's teacher had secretly submitted her painting, me and my mom at the ocean. She got chosen for the district art showcase. 10 kids out of the whole district. Her picture of our quiet, healing week will hang in a gallery for everyone to see. Just me and my daughter at the ocean. No one else in the frame. And that feels perfect.